had one of the worst ideas in the history of internet service providers. They decided to have tier-based metered data plans in a few regions, which means they could charge their customers for 5GB, 10GB, and 40GB plans priced from $22.95 to $54.90 a month. Users that exceeded the limit would be charged $1 for every gigabyte they went over. Now, that might seem like a lot based on what your phone plan is, but you'd be very surprised. Even the users that had the 40GB plans would easily exceed their limit because streaming media requires so much data. Even though this has been met with such strong opposition, there are still plans for them to expand the market trials in other regions. Several other internet service providers, including Comcast, are starting to follow Time Warner's lead. On several Time Warner transmissions of their kid and preschool on-demand channels in North Carolina, they accidentally broadcasted programming from Playboy TV for 2 hours. Let's throw in a sin: for each hour, Time Warner streamed porn to children. A Time Warner spokesperson didn't really help the situation when he reminded everyone that it played at the worst possible time on the worst possible channels. An executive from Time Warner said that normal monitoring didn't take an effect because it only affected a few areas. In 2014, Time Warner subscribers were unable to enjoy the Super Bowl during the second and beginning of the third quarter because the broadcast went dark. Here is something that all major ISP are guilty of, but Time Warner is definitely one of the biggest offenders: making broadband internet laughably expensive in areas with lower population densities. Time Warner recently told a man living in upstate New York that his installation fee would be over $20,000 if he wanted their services, even though the broadband line is less than a mile away from his home. After the man complained, they offered him a $3,000 discount. A rep from Time Warner even said to him, "It's your decision. You're the one who wanted to live in the country." Remember when Time Warner tried to merge with Comcast? Well, it didn't happen and all the transactions have been terminated. But even the idea of this deserves sitting. Both Comcast and Time Warner are already so large they've been able to fix pricing and keep user speeds lower, so you can only imagine what their combined power and control would do to the industry. Time Warner has also been guilty of some deceptive business practices. They've hired salespeople to go to their clients' homes and try to convince them to buy cable or phone service by discouraging customers from using streaming services. Several customers have reported being quoted a monthly fee, but then receiving bills for multiple times that original quote. A man in New York sued Time Warner for deceptive business practices after signing up for a $34.99 a month plan and then receiving a bill for $94.45 that included several additional fees that were not listed in his contract. Several customers have experienced abnormally long wait times for online customer support. One customer reported a 12-hour wait time before getting to speak to a representative. And finally, a customer once sued Time Warner and was awarded over $200,000 for a harassment charge against the company. Apparently, they confused her with another customer who was late paying their bills. They called her over 150 times in less than a year, even after she explained to her support rep that she was not who they thought she was.